Hello, welcome to WHMS Radio. This is the Working Hour. I'm Mike.
And I'm Shane, and on this week's episode, we are going to be doing a album review for Angel Dust by Faith No More. Angel Dust is the fourth studio album by American rock band Faith No More, released on June 16th of 1992 by Slash and Reprise Records. It is the follow-up to the 1989's highly successful The Real Thing, and was the band's final album featuring guitarist Jim Martin. It was also the first album where vocalist Mike Patton had any substantial influence on the band's music, having been hired after the other band members had written and recorded everything for The Real Thing except vocals and most of the lyrics. The band stated that they wanted to move away from the funk metal style of their prior releases towards a more theatrical sound. Angel Dust is Faith No More's second best-selling album to date, having sold 1.3 million copies worldwide. It also debuted at number 10 on the Billboard 200, making it the band's only top 10 album in the United States, having sold 715,000 copies as of January 2025.
Nice.
The album landed as the 48th highest-selling record of 1992 in all of Europe, going gold in the UK, Germany, Sweden, Italy, Netherlands, Switzerland, Austria, Denmark, Finland, and Norway. It was recorded from late 1991 to March of 1992. The genre is alternative metal and avant-garde metal.
Oh my god.
The singles include Midlife Crisis, A Small Victory, Everything's Ruined, and Easy, cover of The Commodores. Do you have anything to add?
I don't think I do.
Okay, well, with that being said, let's get right into it. Starting off with track number 1. We have Land of Sunshine coming in at 3 minutes and 44 seconds. Off the bat, I can already see the album going for a more theatrical sound. The synthesizer gives it a very operatic and sinister sound that reminds me of the overture from Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera. So, like I said, very operatic.
Mm-hmm. I found that with a couple of the songs on the
album. Oh, yeah,
they have that sound at times.
Yeah. Let me see what was I. The bass is very funky, which, yeah, that comes up a lot on this album too. The bass and the drums really stand out on this, and so do the keys, I think.
Yeah. I thought there was a little bit of an organ too.
Yeah, I think so. They're because it's got that kind of deepness to it.
Yeah.
The bass is very funky, which you can come to expect from Faith No More. The vocals are not to be understated either. Mike Patton is an insanely talented vocalist with absolutely insane vocal range. His vocals start off pretty normal, the way they're sung. You have a winning way, so keep it your future. Then he'll put a little stank on it. Your future.
Yeah.
He also has this sarcastic, over the top, dramatic delivery, taking his voice low spoken delivery. And fortune is a smiling upon you. You know.
Is this the track? Is it number 1 or number 2 where he's order now, or what does he say?
Yes.
Is it this one? Okay, yeah.
The synth around 41 seconds sounds like it's in a downward spiral or something, accompanied by the maniacal laughter that feels, it's very chaotic. Here's how to order.
That's how it is. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's that deep delivery too on that, which is and the music kind of does a little thing there to here's how to order. And it almost sounds like something off of an infomercial. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nice.
And part of the refrain is also kind of deep. It's does emotional music have quite an effect on you?
Yeah.
It has the sarcastic, almost sleazy salesman delivery to it. At 2:56, the guitars start shredding with an instrumental breakdown pretty much through to the end of the song. I like there's a back and forth between the bass and the drums to close out the track. I gave this a 7.2 out of 10. I thought this was a very interesting intro track, which a lot of like what makes this song interesting, it shows up like later in the album. They do a lot of stuff that like it's like really you put those things together.
Yeah, it's kind of experimental. I think I haven't really heard anything that sounds quite like this. Yeah. Even though I think at times I do compare them to other sounds, but
I do. Yeah. But
this is 92 as well, so it's early.
Sure. It's just they put together a lot of things that I'm like, I feel like this shouldn't work, and it can be like kind of jarring at times, but at the same time, like just because it's jarring doesn't mean that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, your thoughts.
So I thought it reminded me of something of Muse on the intro, with just kind of how it's theatrical, like you were kind of saying. It fades away quickly though once we get to the lyrics. Once you get Patton's his voice, but musically they sound very similar to me. The lyrics though, I'm surprised you didn't pick this up. The lyrics were created during a sleep deprivation experiment by Mike Patton. It includes lines taken almost directly from fortune cookies and the Oxford Capacity Analysis Personality Test offered by the Church of Scientology.
Okay.
He also watched a lot of late night television to get in the right frame of mind, I guess.
Sure.
It almost reminds me, like, picturing him doing it, it reminds me of, like, Requiem for a Dream with the mother.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's gnarly. But yeah, just the way here's how to order. It's very catchy. It wasn't something that knocked my socks off, but I enjoyed it for multiple aspects. Musically, I thought it was super entertaining. With the opening riff, the vocals are catchy despite mostly being fortune cookie sayings, which if you listen to it after knowing that, you can kind of pick up on it. There's a lot going on periodically throughout the song, musically. There's a nice guitar solo towards the end. It's very high energy, and it makes a great exit on the closing of the track. Like I said, I liked it, but it was nothing that blew my socks off. I only gave it a 6.7.
Okay.
Which will move us to track number 2. So, similar enough, track 2, Caffeine, runtime, 4 minutes, 29. It was very similar in the aspect of it dealt with like Patton's sleep-deprived experiment, I guess. It captures more of a hallucinatory?
Sure.
How do you pronounce it? Do you know?
I mean, I haven't really
hallucinatory.
Hallucinatory.
I think I just can't roll my tongue right.
You good?
Paranoia and a frantic state of mind that resulted in this experiment, which we've kind of stayed up and maybe not that long. I don't ever remember having like
if we ever like were experimenting with stuff, like you'd be up for a little bit.
Yeah. Which is crazy. But also lyrics were taken from overheard conversations, fortune cookies, and advertisements for cults like Scientology, just like track 1. This track I thought though was much more heavier with the delivery. Pour shame all over us, harden into a crust. Forget the glamour and mumble a jackhammer. Hide your face in the curtains, better unsaid, so close. And it rolls off the tongue, almost. Lyrics don't really make sense, but then again, I feel like they don't have to because of what they've derived from. But I thought it flowed pretty good. It was another track that I thought was easy to listen to, similar to track 1, but it just really didn't do a lot for me. I actually preferred track 1 more. I gave this a 6.5.
Okay. So I got the opening before the music comes in is strange. It almost sounds like you just walked into like a dog shelter with like puppies like yipping, and then there's like a howl.
Yeah.
The guitar comes in with the drums playing off each other very well, setting the tone of like 90s metal, I think.
Yeah, it definitely, this album, you can tell that it's 90s.
Yeah, and like kind of like...
In a good way, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. In like early 90s to where it's like kind of still got like little remnants of like 80s metal a little bit.
Yeah.
But Patton's vocals are very heavy and screamy. Pour shame all over us, harden into crust, cement.
Yeah.
It's quiet but still heavy.
Yeah, it's in there in the background.
Yeah. Forget the glamour and mumble a jackhammer under your breath. Like, it's quiet but still heavy.
Yeah.
The delivery of "Hide Your Face in the Curtains" reminds me a little bit of Alice in Chains, which that comes up later in the album too. Better unsaid, so close, and it rolls off the tongue almost. It has a musical break to let the vocals be very grandiose. At 105, the guitar squeals and has a echoed effect to it. Almost Sweet, Tall Caffeine has the music, hitting with the to like kind of emphasize the vocals a little bit. At 222, but it's so easy for you. Yeah, there's always one thing. Do you have something to tell me? Say something, anything. It's like darkly delivered with like being spoken word with like a little bit of a growl to it. And it and some of the musical twinkling effects to it, it's all just kind of very like, ooh, kind of foreboding. It gets super heavy with like wild yelling and some heavy instrumentation to it. The drums and the vocals are a huge standout on this song for me. I gave this a 7.7.
Nice.
Out of 10.
You really liked it then, yeah.
I did. This was solid. On to track number 3, the first single off the album. We have Midlife Crisis.
That's an HR right here.
Yeah.
Home run, boy.
Yeah.
Not home room.
Yeah?
I mean, as far as the album goes, this is probably, I would go out on a limb confidently and say Faith No More. It's probably this one or Epic, right? Didn't they do Epic?
Yeah.
For me, I mean, being casual, not even casual, being like the one-time looky-loo, Faith No More fan, I would say those are the two most popular.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming in at 4 minutes and 19 seconds, the drums start off the song. It kind of has like a pretty grungy sound to them. Kind of reminds me of the start of No Excuses by Alice in Chains. Okay. It's just kind of similar.
It's like one that's like, bow, 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 like the guitar. We don't have to elaborate on any more than that. Forget that. Yeah. Cut that out, Jerry.
It really comes in with the drums, like to start off the song for No Excuses. The vocals come in, they're like very growly on the verse. And he's like, "Go on and wring my neck, like when a rat gets wet.
Yeah.
Discipline for my pigeon ass." My head is like lettuce. Go on and dig your thumbs in. I cannot stop giving. I'm 30-something. The way the final syllable of each final word on the pre-chorus kind of carries a little bit and is dragged out, gives them some extra emphasis. I like whenever he's sense of security. Like, that's really, oh yeah, that's it. Security.
Yeah.
My pockets jangling.
Yeah.
Suck ingenuity down through the family
tree.
There's also some like very like what the fuck lyrics on this. Your menstruating hearts.
Yeah.
It ain't bleeding enough for two.
Yeah.
At 222, the interlude has like some effects, turntables, drums. Really solid instrumentation on the bridge leading into the final chorus. It's like pretty dramatic. Also really enjoyed the way the chorus and the verses layer over each other on the final chorus of the song.
It really puts it over the bar, right?
Yeah. With Mike Patton's different like vocal deliveries happening all at the same time, because that's the thing is like he'll do like a verse that sounds a specific way, then the chorus will sound totally different, the bridge will sound different, and you just put them all over top of each other, and it's like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. All of that like hitting at the exact same time sounded really great. It was very well mixed. I gave this a 8.6 out of 10.
Nice. We're really close on this one. I don't have a whole lot for this one, honestly. I think the only reason I don't is because this one totally is nostalgic for me. I don't know if you're probably aware of this, but I'm surprised you didn't mention it. This was in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Oh, okay.
It was on Radio X.
Was it? Okay.
Yes, which was a great radio station. I can't remember exactly what all they had, but I can't even remember the DJ's host. I feel like she was like super depressive because I think maybe they had Alice in Chains in that one. It was a lot of 90s grungy.
Yeah, I mean, it was like early 2000s and it like took place in like the 90s.
Well, I feel like the music in there was like 90s West Coast rap.
Was it set? I'm pretty sure
it was
might
set in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because you had Ryder that looked like Eazy-E and Big Smoke looked like Biggie.
Sure.
But so yeah, it's super nostalgic for me, which probably boosted it up a little more than it is because I just remember playing that game, and when that song would come on and you hear that fucking sense of security, like pockets jingling, midlife crisis. And honestly, as a young kid, because I don't know when San Andreas came out, but I had it on the PS2. That was the first version I had, and I never knew what the lyrics were. I always thought it was sense of security too. I could make out that, but I feel like midlife, where he's like midlife crisis. I didn't know what that was, but that was literally the song title. We touched on it. You touched on it. I haven't touched on it yet. But,
like, sorry, I'm just thinking.
No, that's what I'm literally talking about. Is the vocal delivery really has a flair on it? To this one, Tom Patton is really good on this track.
Tom Patton.
What is his name? Mike Patton.
I don't know Mike Patton. Mike Patton.
I apologize.
You're good.
My boy Tom.
Fuck.
I'm sorry. I don't know where I got Tom Patton at.
Tom Petty.
Tom Patton? Tom Petty? No, Mike Patton is really good on this one. I do have similar. I have a note in here that says you texted me about the album giving you Alice in Chains vibes. I don't know if you were meaning the whole album. I'm assuming you were meaning the whole album.
I mean,
at parts.
Periodically.
Yeah, not every track.
Yeah.
It's not like copy cutter.
There's some shit where it's like, no fucking way.
I swallow.
Yeah. I swallow.
But yeah, no, I could see the resemblance.
RV.
For sure. I like RV though.
Oh no, but it doesn't remind me.
No, not at all. Hopefully, I don't have that in my notes. But yeah, this is definitely like top tier, and the nostalgic factor for me boosted up. I gave it an 8.5, so I'm just a little bit lighter than you. I almost feel bad doing it because again, it's one of their more like mainstream popular songs.
Sure,
but it is good. I can't ignore the fact that it is a solid track.
Yeah, and like another thing is like it is a single.
As it should be.
This is a very experimental album. You know?
Yeah, as we'll see when we get into it.
And like I think I even like texted you about it. Was like, yeah, the record label was like, don't put this.
Yeah, this
out.
is suicide.
This is too weird.
I thought you were gonna mention the fact that you're like, I don't think you're gonna like it.
Yeah,
it's funny how like the week before we did 9 Types of Light.
Yeah.
Check it out. It's on our channel. And I was like, I don't think Shane's gonna like it. And then like literally the next day you text me and you're like, man, this album,
it's good.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of their more conventional songs on the album. Like, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I feel like if they were going to make a single, this is what they would put out. And it's good.
But, like...
It's good.
They can do a single well. So,
so that's all we have for track number 3. We'll move on to track number 4, which is RV. I don't know if it's short for recreational vehicle or not. But anyways, runtime 3 minutes, 44 seconds. This one gave me, like, some Tim Burton vibes on the intro. Kind of like a spooky Halloween sound. Maybe it's just because we're kind of getting close to the season. Halloween will be here before you know it. They probably have Halloween decorations up in store now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't really go in the stores that much anymore. The vocals are delivered in like a talking way for about the first minute. Vocals are super deep after that. I have a little lyrical verse here for you. I hate you, talking to myself. Everyone's staring at me. I'm only bleeding. I really like this one. This was kind of like a hidden treasure for me. I think I kind of touched on it a little bit last track. I didn't really know anything by Faith No More, and I actually walked away from this album having a lot more respect for them. I don't know if I'll listen to anything else because, like you mentioned in the intro, this is their best-selling album, so I don't know if... But still, like, Patton is very good.
Check out The Real Thing.
Is that a good album?
That's the album that came out before this.
Okay.
It's got...
Yeah, because this is their... Which is crazy, because you mentioned in the last track, the record company was like, don't put this out, it's terrible, and then it's just their best album. Well, at least
one of their top 2.
Yeah. But no, I did really like it. There's like a talking in between the chorus. I put a note in here. It's more of like a storytelling vibe on this track. This one, I gave it a high rating. I gave this an 8.8. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. You know what? Give me just 2 seconds here. I just want to look something up. You don't have to pause or anything. I just want to look up The Real Thing real quick. Yeah, I mean, it's got Epic on it. It's got Falling to Pieces. I like that I said that they're dying off. They're fucking... Then they start coming out.
Yeah. They're like, we're coming out the woodwork.
Coming out of the woodwork. But yeah, no, the fucking The Real Thing has Epic on it. Falling to Pieces is really good. Zombie Eaters is solid. It's like it's kind of acoustic.
In your head.
Yeah.
That's the Cranberries.
So, and it has War Pigs on it.
The cover.
I don't know. I've never listened to it, but I'm assuming so.
You're telling me Faith No More put out the original?
Yes, they're the
I might
OGs.
have to listen to that later.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
So,
because I like Patton.
And he has I think his
Patton and Tom Patton.
His vocal delivery, it's a little bit higher on that album. But anyway.
Yeah, I feel like he did a lot of deep stuff on this one.
But for RV, it's kind of a toss-up for oddest song on the album. It's between this and Crack Hitler, in my opinion. Maybe Jizz Lobber, too.
I was going to say. Those are the two for me, buddy.
Yeah, I hear you.
Buddy.
But the song starts off with very light drumming and a little melody on the piano. I was kind of like, what does this remind me of? What is this like? I did get on YouTube. Someone described it as sounding like the underwater theme from Super Mario Bros. And I was like, really?
Not really familiar. Did you put it on? And
I played it and I was like, this is it. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty close. I can confirm that is exactly what it sounds like.
Nice.
The vocals sound like some absolute fucking drunk mess of a hick, just talking absolute nonsense. He's like, yeah, I sweat a lot.
Yeah. That's me, dude. I'm at work.
He's like, pants fall down every time I bend over.
Yeah.
My feet itch. Yeah, I'm Mary Scarecrow. But yeah, the 1 minute mark is where the vocals become more singy while maintaining this character he's putting on. He's like, I hate you talking to myself. Everybody's staring at me. I'm only bleeding.
I'm glad you sang it because I just read it and I couldn't remember the vocal delivery, but
no, there's
that's what I like the most about it is just his deep voice, and it kind of again just takes center stage.
Yeah. With
his vocals, and the music kind of steps back, and their music is just crazy.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So it's nice when he just gets to deep voice sing it, and take the reins.
Absolutely. There's some twangy guitar that comes in at the same time, sounding very. Sorry. Sounding very country. The lines, nobody speaks English anymore.
It's just 92.
Yeah,
I couldn't put that out nowadays.
Nobody speaks English anymore. Would anybody tell me if I was getting stupider? It cracks me up. I think that's pretty funny.
No, it is.
At 150, there's a big musical breakdown, and Patton's delivery, it maintains, but goes deep and pretty heavy. Song bounces around quite a bit from this caricature talking nonsense to some pretty heavy and unique musical moments. It's weird for sure in a big swing, but Faith No More has a way of making big swings like that work. Definitely not a favorite of mine, but it has its moments for sure. I give this a 6.4 out of 10.
Polar opposites on this one.
But
I liked it.
Track number 5, we have Smaller and Smaller.
Smaller and Smaller and Smaller and Smaller.
5 minutes and 11 seconds. The bass, the way that the drums skip a beat, guitar riff has a very dark, sinister edge to it. Mike Patton's epic vocals, no pun intended, are pretty eerie. The whole thing just sets an uneasy tone. The vocals have a crazy range from the 50-second mark to 135. Mike Patton has he has 6 or 7 different vocal deliveries. It's ridiculous.
Redonkulous.
The first is kind of an epic spoken delivery from the start of the song. Second is kind of what sounds like Lane Staley a little bit. The third is a mix of those two. The fourth is a growly delivery. The fifth is yelling. The sixth is a guttural screaming screech. And the seventh is reminiscent of Mike Patton from The Real Thing. It's wow, you did a lot in a very short amount of time. It's kind of nuts. At 210, this very funky bass comes in with what sounds like a Native American chant, or maybe some Buddhist monk Like it's odd inclusion, but I would not put it past them at all. Let me see here. There's some spacey sounds and additional vocals from Patton before picking up musically at the 3 minute mark with like a very hard rock sound to it while still remaining like pretty harrowing. Smaller and smaller and smaller. Really impressive how much is done subtly musically and vocally. Things that will only happen for like a few seconds on the song and then never come back in. The whole song like feels very, I don't know, deliberate. It's a little dark for my taste, but there's a lot to appreciate on this track. I give this a 7.4 out of 10.
Okay, pretty close on this one. I put that this was like by far the heaviest intro this far on the album. I see some more Alice in Chains similarities on this song. I thought this was better than track 1 and track 2. Not as iconic as track 3 in Midlife Crisis, or as catchy as RV for me personally. But it was a decent enough stand on its own track. I think the runtime could be a little bit shorter because you're a little bit over 5 minutes here. So that's really my only complaint with it would be it could be a little bit shorter. But it's still a solid track. I gave this a 7 overall. I have a little lyrical line here. I'll read it for you. Drought makes the worker's dream, muscles and fields of green. Shovel at the last few crumbs of generosity. Open heart, open mind, open mouth, open vein, drain. So the lyrics are pretty deep, I would say, and I just like that repetition, and it's heavy too. That smaller and smaller and smaller. That's the one that really stuck in my head. So I don't have a whole lot to take away from it. I will say it's a catchy enough track. I just wish it could be a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
So yeah, solid 7. We'll move on. Track number 6. Everything's Ruined. 4 minutes, 35 seconds. I enjoyed the piano on the intro of this one. It's quite a bit different, especially compared to the previous track, and really to the whole album. Just that till about 20 seconds. What do I have here? There's a breakdown around the 20-second mark, and it sounds super 90s-tastic. I could see this one kind of sliding into a movie super easily. I don't know, some reason. I just pictured that. It sort of goes out the window once the lyrics come in, just based on it kind of just changes. The delivery changes up a whole bunch on this one, around the 47-second mark. Around 105, it gets more aggressive, changes the vibe into a more angry sound. The track is like a seesaw of just vibes and sound and genres overall. It doesn't keep an angry vibe the whole time, but it kind of just bounces around all over the place, I guess is the best way to describe it. I enjoyed the fade out and repetition of Now Everything's Ruined. I was impressed, if nothing else. It wasn't something that blew my socks off. I wasn't, it was an easy listen and something I think I would enjoy live, honestly. I gave it a 6.9 to a 7.2, respectively.
Okay.
I kind of give it a little bit of a gap. I feel like live it would have a lot of good energy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For sure. I can see that. So yeah, I mean, this is the second single off the album. The piano on the song is very interesting. It starts off in the beginning very simple and almost kind of lighthearted in a strange way. Almost, I don't know, sounds like something you might hear at a daycare or a preschool or some shit. It's strange. But anyway, it becomes more conventional and rock later into the track. Piano starts off pretty solid note from the bass line leading into the rest of the instrumentation. The vocals start off pretty spoken word. It's we were so happy. Then becoming more melodic on the verse. Things worked out better than we had planned. I like the musical pause at the end of the pre-chorus, so Mike can have the spotlight to say the line where it's and he spent it, and then the music kicks in whenever he says spent. Kicks in dropping back in on himself. So and he spent, and then himself is whenever the music hits. Would not listen to us. Like that's really good. I like that a lot. But when he lost his appetite, he lost his weight in friends.
I know you did like this one.
Yeah,
I did too.
Yeah,
I feel like I gave it a little low rating because I feel like you're gonna. You really like this one. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Well, it's okay. So like you said, it like does kind of go all over the place, like a seesaw kind of. I feel like musically it stays like relatively consistent, but the vocals.
Yeah, the vocals are all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the vocal delivery and the instrumentation gives it such like an epic sound. And I feel silly describing it as epic because obvious reasons, but on the post chorus when he's like, "A penny won't do," the bass and guitar riffs are so crunchy and the drumming is like so fast. It's like really impressive. At 3 minutes and 32 seconds, there's like a rapid like drumming leading into some like great guitar riffs, and then the outro. Now everything's ruined.
Yeah.
Like, I really like that. With the piano coming back in to kind of like end out the song. I describe the choices as epic on the song. The epic is not a pun. I can't stress that enough. While one of the more conventional songs on the album, I think it's a fucking great song and it really kicks ass. I gave this an 8.8 out of 10.
Hey, respect.
This might be my highest rated song on the album. Not yet. Nope. Got one more.
Okay.
On to track number 7. We have Malpractice coming in at 4 minutes.
Small victory.
Yeah. And yeah, 4 minutes and 2 seconds. Could you tell? The song opens with what sounds like some like wooden beating before, like wooden like drum beating before the guitar and drums come in like really fast and hard. The vocals on the opening verse are very growly and visceral. The crowd roars. It's deep and so unhealthy. The rest, I'll feel the hands that felt me. Then on the chorus, they become very similar to Alice in Chains. Cold hearts, your hands, cold hands, your hands, the post-chorus lyrics yell into a scream that seems to fade out with like a squealing guitar. There's like some applause that comes in no, he says applause. That's what it is. At 2:23, the music shifts into what sounds like a chugging sound with some very light piano keys. It's like kind of serene. It feels like pretty comforting for 25 seconds because at 2:50 it gets dark. There's a pretty haunting musical breakdown that hits. Feels like a dream that kind of turned into just like a awful nightmare.
Yeah.
On the outro, miracle, miracle, miracle. The instrumentation is heavy and it fades out into some effects. I give this a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. We have a little bit of similarities in our notes here. I thought it was heavy again from the intro. I put it sounded more like a knocking on a door to me on the intro. The vocals are delivered in a screaming fashion. The guitar is muddy and distorted. I noticed the Alice in Chains similar sound here for sure, but it's quite a bit heavier, I thought, than most of the Alice in Chains I know.
Okay.
Around 107, the guitar riff is pretty freaking nasty. It slows back down, and we get more back into just the heavy, muddy guitar and scream vocals. I thought this track was levels above previous tracks on the heaviness.
Okay.
But it like the previous track, it kind of dabbles around in multiple genres and sounds. Around the 2.5 minute mark, the track totally changes, and we get more of a dreamlike sound, similar to what you were saying. But that doesn't last for long, because then it just goes back into a death-like heaviness, with the strings backing the guitar and heavy percussion. Nothing really stood out to me on this one, but I kind of was more just in awe at the capability of their sound. This wasn't something that was really my cup of tea, but I'm sitting here and it's well done, it's crazy to do all that. I gave this a 6-7.
Okay. And we talked about this on last week's episode. They have this thing where they they'll put out a song that isn't necessarily something I want to like get up and just like put on any day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like the catchiest thing I've ever heard, but I'm like more so just like impressed by like, wow, you put all this together and like it doesn't suck.
It works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that's commendable.
It's hard.
It is. Sure. So.
All right. Well, we will move on. All right. So track number 8, we got Kindergarten coming in at 4 minutes 32 seconds. So instantly, it's a little lighter on the intro out of all the previous tracks. The vocals don't appear until right around 25 seconds. I pulled this little lyrical verse. This is from the 3rd verse. Drinking fountains are shorter than they used to be. The swings on the playground don't even fit me anymore. Folklore. Nobody's supposed to believe in the next grade. Write it 100 times. I also like there's a part where he's like, write my name in a tree or carve my name into a tree. I will never leave.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know. This song kind of really is like sentimental in the fact that you just go to like, I haven't went to any of my old schools, but like.
Well, fuck. I mean, like you driving through like your old like stomping ground or something.
Which is familiar to our bonus track, my hometown. But no, it's just very sentimental.
Fuck, it's my hometown?
Yeah. What'd you think it was?
A different song?
Did you think it was
I'm on fire. We might have to stop so I can take notes.
That's fine. No, we can do I'm on fire. Or we can do I'm on That's funny. No, if you listen to the pod from last week.
I didn't.
That's what I did to find the bonus track.
Okay.
I'm on fire, I think, was the one that we did talk about it. I think I played it, but I didn't.
Fuck it, let's run it.
What?
We'll run it. You'll do my hometown, I'll do I'm on fire. And I will listen to it. I will listen to it.
Yeah, when we go outside.
Yeah, we'll listen to it.
All right, well, now this is ruined. Everything is ruined, okay? Yeah. Just like the couple tracks before, because I forgot my spot. Yeah, that's funny, dude. It's funny because I was like, literally, so I didn't do my bonus track Secret Time until I was like, today.
Yeah,
same. And I was like, should I text Shane and ask him what the bonus track was? But I feel like that's fucked if I don't. It's my bonus track. How did I forget?
Okay.
Should have clarified, because if you would have told me that, it would have been wrong, because I listened to the podcast, but at least we would have had the same fucking notes. That's embarrassing, folks.
Happens.
That tells you how much it's probably the drinking we do during the recording of the pod. But no, I thought this was like very personal and deep compared to most of what I've heard, considering we had some of it taken just from like fortune cookies and Scientology quotes. So I have like a little Google interpretation for you here. I'm going to read this word for word. The meaning of Faith No More's song Kindergarten centers on feelings of stagnation and arrested development, using childhood imagery like playgrounds and school to explore themes of being left behind, refusing to grow up, and struggling with maturity and future progression. The lyrics convey a sense of nostalgia mixed with angst, portraying a person stuck in a cycle of immaturity and isolation, unable to move forward in life. I really liked it, and the lyrical content for me made it that much better. I gave this an 8.5. It was one that definitely stuck out to me. I really do like it. I actually instantly added it. I don't know if I instantly, but I did add it to my like songs, and I listened to it. I probably listened to it today, but I have listened to it more of note as like something that stands out to me on the album.
Okay. The guitar riff is simple but effective. As well as like some guitar from like the 3-second mark to the 21-second mark. It's very metallic. The opening verse delivery is rather straightforward for Faith No More. Kind of reminds me of something off The Real Thing. Return to my own vomit like a dog. Rhymes and giggles muffle the dialogue. Carve my initials in a tree. I will never leave.
I will never leave.
Maybe one day I'll be royalty. Before becoming more grandiose on the chorus. The lyrics do make me chuckle. Drinking fountains are shorter than they used to be. The swings on the playground don't even fit me anymore. At 142, the funky bass line comes in as well as some like music in the back that is very theatrical. At 2 minutes and 1 second, the distorted vocals that sound like they're coming through like a megaphone are spoken as if it were like it's very rapidly like fast. It's very rapid and fast. It's almost like an auctioneer like rattling off like the lyrics to the song. The metallic guitar comes back. again on the third verse between 327 and 431. The musical outro with the "write it 100 times, held back again." I gave this a 7 out of 10.
Nice.
Track number 9, we have "Be Aggressive" at 3 minutes and 42 seconds. The song opens with more of that grand and operatic music that we heard like earlier on like Land of Sunshine.
Yes.
At the 17-second mark, the music kicks in very upbeat and some distinct guitar shredding. Yeah. And a very crunchy bass riff. Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
I don't know if you remember last week when we were talking, we were out on the deck, this is after the pod, and you were having me read the track list for this album, and I literally sang it as "Be Aggressive, be aggressive." And it's not the name of the song, but that's just like,
yeah,
I've heard that before, and I don't know if this is where it derived from.
No.
Is it just a normal like
it's just
chant?
like it's just like a regular like cheerleading thing.
Okay.
For like football teams and shit like that.
I just thought it was funny. I connected that. I'm sorry, but I just had to throw that out there. Because I was like, last week, I was on the deck with this man. And I said that.
BEAGGRESSIVE. Spoken like a cheerleader would. I would have not expected that kind of inclusion on a song that opens all operatic, but at this point, I'm like by no means surprised. Just the amount of shit that throw at the wall and see what sticks. At 144, the organ comes in on the bridge. There's the organ comes in on the bridge. There's a rapid like drum drum before the instrumentation comes back. Vocals and lyrics on the third verse are angsty. Tall and reckless, ugly seed, reach down my throat, you filthy bird. That's all I need. The outro is go fight, go fight, go fight, go fight, win. Like most songs off the album, this song manages to do a lot, but this time it doesn't really do a whole lot for me. I only gave this like a 6 out of 10.
Okay. I'm not gonna have the name. Do you have the keyboardist on this album? Do you have his name?
No.
You don't?
No.
Okay, well, I guess I won't name anybody because I don't want to. I'm glad you didn't drop this little tidbit fact about this song, about what it's about. I won't get into that first. I'll give you my opinions on the song. I thought it was a crazy like Halloween sound on the intro. There was a emphasis on the organ, but there was also like a disco sound to it. It was very electric, but yet still rock and roll. Rock and roll sounded like appeared abruptly after the organ kind of faded around 17 seconds. I don't have a lot for this one. I do have a little fact here. Faith No More song, Be Aggressive, was written by its keyboardist, who is gay, as a joke to Mike Patton. This was to be at Mike Patton's expense. He wanted to see Mike Patton, who is straight, sing this potentially embarrassing song on stage while it's about like fellatio. And the keyboardist is... He came out later. I think I read somewhere like 3 years later, he came out openly as gay.
Okay.
So this was literally his song. He wrote it, and he wanted Mike Patton to sing it and like kind of, ruffle his feathers a little bit,
Sure.
embarrass him a little bit. I don't have a lot for it. It's okay. It's just kind of graphic. But it's kind of, I don't want to say comical, but it's kind of funny just because like the little tidbit I dropped made it kind of funny for me. And I feel like there's a couple songs where it's like, even the one we talked about where here's how to order. It's just kind of like, it reminded me a little bit of MF
It's
Doom.
cheeky.
Yeah, I like it. I feel like you either love it or you hate it. And I like it. I don't have a whole lot to add other than, that cool little fact. I thought it was kind of funny. I wouldn't say comical. It's a wild track though with the lyrics. There's ejaculation, something, and I swallow. Yeah, it's very. It's different. It's a different taste. But nonetheless, I give it a 6.5. I wasn't crazy with it. I feel like it's one of the more oddball out of the 3 on this album that are just kind of like. I could see where the label would be like, yeah, don't put this out. Because this is one of those tracks where it's like, I could have dealt without it. But it's okay. It's fine. Moving on, though. Track number 10, which is it's a good track. I don't know exactly Well, if we're gonna be close on this one or not with our ratings, but we got track number 10, A Small Victory.
It's a single.
Yeah, as it should be. Right around 5 minute mark, I got it at 4 minutes 58 seconds. I thought for the very short intro, and we should listen again. I'm curious if you hear it. You might even, maybe you wrote it down.
Mm.
It sounded like "Take My Breath Away" on the intro.
Okay, I see it.
For sure. Like, do you see it? Because I'm like, we can pause right now. I kind of almost want you to hear it.
Yeah.
But it's very upbeat and poppy sounding. I really like this one. I really like Patton's vocals, and his vocal range on this one was another one that like made me just, if anything, kind of step back and be like, damn, okay, this band's got a lot. And that being said, like the vocals with the main riff, like them coming together is just great. The small victories, the cankers and the medallions, the lips on my face, they keep me thinking that someday I might beat you. I like it. It's a song that's titled with something that it's actually about. You can kind of connect the dots. I have a little quote here from Patton himself about what the song is about. And he said, quote, "It's kind of about, well, my dad was a football coach, so I grew up and I always wanted to win. And I found out that I just can't win every game." This was another hidden treasure for me, and I liked it a lot. If I only had one complaint, again, it would be kind of that it's that 5 minute mark, and I just feel like it's a little long for me. And there's plenty of songs that I like that are well over 5 minutes. But this is one where I feel like maybe it could have just been shrunken down a little bit. I gave it a 7.6.
Okay. So I got there's an acoustic instrument at the beginning that I can't really put my finger on. And it does like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before the guitar and drums and bass hit. This is another song off the album that is a little bit more conventional, which is kind of refreshing because I feel like the past couple of songs have been a little bit more out there, not the most out there, but compared to this, yeah. Musically and vocally, it doesn't do too much. It does a lot, but not too much, if that makes any sense. I think it might be because there's like a consistency to the song where there aren't any like sharp left turns. I like how the bass line is kind of heavy and contrasts well with some of the more melodic elements of the song. I like the pre-chorus, a sore window, but I just keep my mouth shut. Has a moment towards the end where the drums get a spotlight for 2 seconds where it's just that shouldn't bother me, no. Like, really like that. I like when the chorus starts, it's the small victories, cankers and medallions, the little nothings. They keep me thinking that someday. I like the vocal change. I might beat you, but I'll just keep my mouth shut. Like, that's really
being
good.
humble. It's like one of these days.
Yeah, I might.
I fucking kick your ass.
Might beat you. 226, the musical breakdown. The woo woo. The change up vocally from "that shouldn't bother me, no, it shouldn't, no, no." Like, I like that. At 401, I really like the chord progression that goes through the rest of the song. It's like, you still won't hear, you still won't hear. Closed out with like some little like boom, 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 like little synth it sounds like. Also, and then it kind of like fades into like almost like a siren sound. This is one of my favorite songs by Faith No More. I gave this a 9.2.
Nice.
Yeah, I
respect that.
I really like Small Victory.
Yeah.
She's good. On to track number 11, we have Crack Hitler. Song opens quiet with those stringed instruments that is very like scratchy and grows louder and louder before the sirens come in. And then it's like flying flights 810 to Miami, now boarding gate 12. I wonder if Remy Wolf was on the
I did.
Yeah,
when you said that, I was like,
oh, flights to Miami.
daughter suit and thongs.
Pop stars in the DMs.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, and I mean, the drums and the bass come in slowly together before the song really pops off at the 40-second mark, and more at the 47-second mark, with this like popping, warbly bass riff. Vocals on the verse have this distant sort of effect. Kind of sounds like they are coming through a walkie-talkie. Sink the 8 ball, buy the lady a drink, and nobody knows my name. Bodies float above. In the bottom of the river, like bubbles in a fine champagne. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Primus.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
Out there a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were aware of Primus that much.
Well, I know of them.
They're
I'm not
crazy.
like I'm not super
It's like
in, but
what is it? Is it Gar? Nar?
uh,
Gar?
Guar.
Guar. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I heard they're pretty crazy too.
Yeah. Song slows down musically at 2:04. Heavy guitar, drums accompanied by some chanting of a crowd before it picks back up. The original bass riff and the drum beat kind of come back. At 3:33, the sirens, drums, bass from the very start of the song come back for the final verse. In regards to my usage of the drug, it modified my personality to the extent that I was highly irritable. I was like a crack Hitler. Keep up the fight is high pitch, or keep up the fight, high pitch, and in the wink of an eye, which is like low. Never give up, high. That's to wrap up the song. I gave this a 6.8 out of 10.
Okay, I feel like we're somewhat close on this one. I don't have a lot for this song. Really, I have two things here for this song. Like I said, I don't have much. First thing I'll start with, and this is common. This relates to the next track too. But sometimes I don't know if you have the problem where you'll search the title of a track
Mm-hmm.
and it'll come up with like lyrics from a different artist.
Okay.
Well, when you have a song titled "Crack Hitler," you definitely don't have that
It's not
problem.
gonna happen.
So I just wanted to put that out there and say, wow.
Okay.
I feel like Hitler has. You can't say that anymore. It's like it's off limits. In '92, we were allowed to have. Can you imagine anybody comes out with a track now that's just titled
Crack
anything with Hitler?
Yeah.
Ruthless. So I have a quote here from Billy Gold. I don't know if that sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
This song is about a druggy guy who takes crack and compares himself to Hitler because he like commands enough, like dependent people on crack that he is kind of like Hitler to them. He just runs them. So yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to add for it. I didn't really find a lot in this. It's okay. To me, this was kind of like, I don't want to say the album dropped off because it's still just like, it's an okay track and I like it. It's very experimental. To me though, this is only a 6.2 for me. It just wasn't anything that really I connected with. And honestly, the next track with the goofiness of the name, I wasn't crazy high on it either, but I'm a little bit better.
Just Lubber has a little bit more to it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a long ass track though.
Yeah.
So
it's almost 7 minutes.
But yeah, that's all I have for Crack Hitler. Not a whole lot. But we will move on to track number 12, as Shane told you, Jizz Lobber. I have it clocked at 6 minutes, 39 seconds. It's very quiet on the intro. I actually had to I was listening to this, the first time I listened to it was actually in my truck. And I had to turn the stereo up so I could actually hear it because I was like, well, it's telling me it's playing. I could hear it. And you just hear some frogs and a watery sound.
I do find it funny that Crack Hitler was mentioned Miami and then Jizz Lobber was opens up with frogs. I'm like, there's a lot of Remy Wolf on this.
It's maybe she was a fan. I didn't even get into the frog thing. But yeah, so it's nice and quiet on the intro. And then there's a nice riff that kind of follows it. There's a keyboard that kind of offsets the drums and guitar. The keyboard kind of plays. It's either the keyboard and the drums and guitar. They kind of just take turns. The lyrics are distorted, and the delivery is kind of like a yelling to almost screaming. I feel like it gets more aggressive throughout the verse. This is a long track. It gets pretty heavy at times with screaming, where he's smiles, bruises. I can't remember how he pronounces it, but it's very screaming.
Mm-hmm.
And it certainly felt like 90s tastic to me. This is another track that I didn't really find a whole lot into. It wasn't very deep for me, but it was interesting enough. The change in sound, both musically and vocally, were just impressive. They're kind of polar opposites in deliveries. Like it just kind of roller coasters. The lyrics weren't super crazy. Um, oh, I'm sorry. The lyrics were more crazy than the music, which we've kind of noted that. I said something earlier about that, and you kind of did correct me. And more, it's more the you said more the lyrics, not so much the music. And again, this is another track where it changes up more lyrically than it does musically. It never gets too soft musically, except right for around the last minute and 10 seconds. The song is kind of ended with what sounds like an organ and some holy sounding choir. That's what I kind of noted it as. If anything, this was another one that I found was just like super crazy and kind of all over the place as it went on. I didn't give this a super crazy high rating. I gave this a 6.9.
Okay, we're close. So I got the frogs croak, and some like swampy sound effects to start. Then some very like horror movie-esque keys come in, along with some heavy drums, with some like pretty noteworthy like snare drum to it. The guitar is heavy, and the bass chords are very low. The verse is very heavy rock. They will sum it. They will sum it all up in a sentence. A verdict made by those who know. I'm ready to make a commitment. I'm willing to make love to concrete. A lot of references to concrete in this.
And there was in the other songs too. Remember that one where it was like concrete? It was like in concrete in the background.
Yeah. But it's almost like the vocals are like kind of holding back a little bit, but it's on the chorus where it gets very screamy and aggressive, almost like animalistic, where it's like I like the minutes, like under my dirty.
I don't want to say death metal, but like screamo, like what we know of today. Like I feel like the genre it touched on in this was not 1992.
No, not at all, not at all. But yeah, I hide the dirty minutes under my dirty mattress, and they are making me itch. My time is spilt milk. Musical breakdown around the 3-minute mark, slow and methodical. The musical change at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. The guitar and slow incorporation of the drums. Vocals are very theatrical. I like the outro and how Patton drags out. I am what I've done. I'm sorry. 520. It goes full orchestral with the organ and very like angelic vocals from the choir. Again, while not conventional by any means, the amount of experimentation on the song is very impressive. I give this a 7.1 out of 10.
Nice, respectable, yeah. We're close on that one.
Yeah,
and I feel like pretty damn close to the point where like same thing. I'm just like bravo. Like it's not really my cup of tea, but
you did
I can respect it.
On to track number 13.
Lucky number 13.
We have Midnight Cowboy. In parentheses, theme from.
Yeah, it's like theme from fucking what?
4 minutes and 12 seconds. So I got some notes on this one that are not exactly pertaining to the music itself. English composer John Barry, OBE, who died in 2011, would have celebrated his 85th birthday on November 3rd. The Yorkshire-born musician was most recognized for his film scores, including the legendary James Bond theme. Faith No More recorded their faithful and wonderfully graceful version of Barry's movie theme from Midnight Cowboy in early 1992 for their album Angel Dust. Recording the instrumental track was Bill Gold's idea, who went through some strange period where I was listening nonstop to an old San Francisco pop radio station called Magic 61.
Oh, Magic 61, you say?
Yeah, the original was done with harmonica. I can't tell if this is or not, but it kind of sounds like almost like an organ grinder or something. I like that for the first like minute and 15, the bass, drums, and guitar are more subdued before picking up. And even more so at 1:45, where the initial instrument switches to what sounds like more of a stringed instrument before gradually coming back more in the background. The drums really start to stand out around the 2-minute mark. Eventually, the song starts to wind down into its original instrumentation. The ending has a very pretty and serene wind down. There's no vocals on this. I don't have much attachment to the original, but I thought this was pretty well done for what it was. I give it a 6.6. I'd probably give it more if I had more attachment, but 6 out of 10. Mike, what did you have for this song?
I have precisely pretty much word for word what you have, other than something you weren't completely certain of. In a departure from the normal digital keyboard sound that we're familiar with, the sound you were hearing from was actually a accordion used to capture the song's intoxicating lead melody.
Okay.
That was what you were hearing.
You know what an organ grinder is?
I don't.
So it's like an accordion, but it has the keys on it.
Okay.
Like the little buttons you press.
Okay.
When you do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I was close.
So the original was recorded by Barry in 1969 for the Oscar-winning film with the same name. Was it Midnight Cowboy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Which was directed by John Schlesinger, starring John Voight and Dustin Hoffman.
Schlesinger.
The song won a Grammy, thank you. It won a Grammy for Best Instrumental Theme and featured harmonica by Toots Thielemans, but on its album version was played by Tommy Riley. For me, this was a solid instrumental. It really picked up around the minute 20 mark for me and really kind of takes off till about, I want to say like 3 minutes, 20 seconds before it just kind of quiets down. But it did a good job of keeping me entertained throughout. I gave it a 7.1. Instrumentals are hard for us. I think both of us, I'll speak for both of us, for us to grade. But this was definitely one that I thought was pretty well done. Definitely piqued my interest. Moving on, we got our final track here, which is a cover. This is a cover. Or thank you, that was a cover.
Thank you, that was a cover.
We got track number 14 called Easy. Runs
single.
3 minutes, 7 seconds. I'm glad you mentioned that. It is a single. I don't know. We've covered plenty of covers. I don't want to say plenty. I think we've covered like 2 or 3 covers. Mm-hmm. Maybe more. Maybe 4.
I know we did Alt J.
Yeah, and then there was Perfect Circle.
Yes,
they did a failure cover. Me. Yeah.
Damn, it's always been me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time.
You slick son of a bitch.
You black bastard.
But I really did. I give the runtime 3 minutes 7 seconds. Mm-hmm. Easy. I love Patton's vocals on this one. I don't have a lot for it because it's a cover, and I don't really put a lot of time and effort into the covers. But it really made me appreciate Faith No More more. Just because, I don't know, covers are weird for me, and the fact that, like, sometimes I'm like, oh, they try to do their own thing, and it doesn't sound as good as the original. But this is one where it's, musically, it has a very similar sound.
Yeah.
Not like precise cookie cutter, but Patton's vocals were kind of more the standout, where I feel like he sings it more like the original, but he puts his own little spin on it, and I liked it. I thought this was good. It was a good way to end the album, even though it's a cover. It was one of the better covers I think I've heard up to this point on our series of podcasts.
Sure.
What do you think as far as that goes? Do you think it's a pretty...
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so too.
It's solid.
Yeah. I know we haven't really done a lot of covers, but like you did point out, yeah, you have been the one.
This is like, of all the covers we've done, this is probably the one that stays like the closest to the subject matter, because like with the Nurse Who Loved Me, it's a lot slower.
Yeah.
Than the original.
Yeah, this one is more similar.
Yeah, this falls pretty in line with it, but like, and I do kind of like, it's weird because like you don't want to like overdo it to where it's like, what the fuck is this song? It's like, this is not the same song, but you don't want to be like beat for beat like,
yeah,
okay, well, this is uninspired. It's like, I feel like they do enough to where it's like, yeah, you did something, but you didn't write it too closely. You know what I mean? in my personal opinion. Do you have anything else, Dad?
I do not.
Okay. So I will start by saying I really do like this cover. The band slips into the sound they needed to for this cover very well. Mike Patton's vocals, they don't do anything too crazy. You know what I mean? It doesn't start off as like, and then like there's none of that. There's none of that at all. The vocals remain consistent, but go a little bigger when they need to. But like whenever it's like appropriate for that to happen in the song, to kind of make it a little bit distinct. For the bridge, like on the bridge, for example, when he's like, "Wanna be high,
yeah,
so high." When Patton is ending the verses and he ends it with the "yeah, whoo,"
yeah,
like oh, that's buttery. That's buttery smooth.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, I like that. It's very nice. It's very pleasant. The piano, the bass, the drums, they get a nice spotlight. With the vocals being more restrained on the song, like you can kind of appreciate those a little bit more on like a side by side. Like that's what it sounded like there. This is what it sounds like here. Right on. I think this is a great cover. The only downside for me is they didn't actually include the second verse. I also thought the piano keys to close out the song in the album were really nice because that wasn't on the original track.
Okay.
Like it's very.
They had a little dish of their own.
It's nice. I give this a 8.5. What did you give this?
I know I didn't give it. I gave it an 8.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check my notes. But I was like, did I give it a rating? I didn't. But yeah, 8 is what I gave it.
Okay.
Which I feel like is a pretty good rating as far as covers go for us.
Yeah.
We both definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, not bad. So, overall, what were your thoughts on the album?
I liked it. It was definitely like eye-opening as far as like I didn't really know a lot by Faith No More, as I kind of elaborated on earlier. I liked it. I don't know. This is not an album I would probably go back and listen to cover to cover, but I would definitely dissect it and put pieces of it together.
Mm-hmm.
There was really only 3, maybe 4 tracks that kind of missed the mark for me.
Which, like, 14 tracks, it's like...
That's not bad. Good. Yeah, that's not bad at all. And it wasn't a super long runtime. If anything, it was definitely something I'm more impressed with, just hearing them, just their range and the overall scale of what they can do was very impressive. And I kind of slept on them. We kind of talked about it off the air, but you had I don't want to say obsession, but you had a thing with like Faith No More.
No, I had a phase.
For sure, yeah. You were like, bro, they're so good. And I was just like, bro, they have like 2 good songs. But then I listened to this album and I'm like,
okay.
Yeah.
I see it.
Not bad. No, not at all. It definitely wasn't a sleeper.
Newfound appreciation.
Yeah, 100%. That's a good way to put it. But yeah, it's not something I would probably go back through and listen to track by track. It is, however, it's a band that I feel like a lot of people have slept on. Damn good beer.
Yeah.
But it's an album that it's an artist, it's a band that a lot of people have probably slept on, and it's definitely worth it. So that's all I have to say.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back, guys.
All right, we are back. Sorry, quick break on that one. Kind of sudden. Happens.
Pizza got delivered.
So initially, like going into this album, I listened to it, and like I kind of mix up like the days that that Mike like normally listens to the album. I don't know. Like I don't know if you're gonna listen to it like the next day or if it's gonna be a few days before you get into it. But I listened to it and I was like, damn, I don't know. This might be a little too much, a little too weird. But I mean, to like a pleasant surprise, like it seemed like you like enjoyed this quite a bit, which is good. I'm happy for that because there's a lot to enjoy on this. I've liked Faith No More for a little bit, and I'm a little bit more curious on like some of their other stuff, like what Like, I kind of want to listen to. I want to listen to the real thing now because I didn't even know they did a cover of War Pigs.
I wasn't crazy about it, but
I'll give it a chance.
Yeah,
I'll give it a full listen. You know what I mean? And even like what they did after, kind of want to listen to that.
Yeah, it's definitely piqued my interest. Put them more on the map.
And I don't know if you ever played it or not, but Left 4 Dead, zombie video game. It's like multiplayer thing. Yeah. So I don't know if you know this, but Mike Patton did the voice work for like 90% of like the zombies in that game.
That's pretty cool.
So it's a lot of like
they're like, oh yeah, he's our guy.
He's got the range. He can pull it off. So yeah. No, it only got better the more I listened to it, and like this is a long episode. Like I had no issue like picking up on
no, you didn't.
things to take notes on. So yeah, overall, I really liked it. This was solid. I mean, I give this album like I didn't really do like an average or anything, but I'd probably give this like a solid like 7.7.
Did I give it an overall rating? I don't think I did.
Huh. Yeah, like a 7.6, 7.7.
I'd probably give it like a strong 7, maybe up to like a 7.3. There's just a couple songs where it's like I could totally do without them, but
yeah,
still, it's more impressive than anything.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, I've said it on a track or two before, but it's like even if it like wasn't like an earworm for me and didn't make my like songs, it's like okay, you did a lot and this could have sounded horrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it didn't. So, tip my hat. On to the bonus track, which, funny situation on this. We fucked up. I fucked up. I should have hit you up like, bro, is it this song? It's not. So why don't you go ahead and start it off with your thoughts on My Hometown?
By Bruce Springsteen. Let me get my note taker here out. So I don't have a whole lot on My Hometown. It's just kind of gonna rough it. Had I known that. It's very sentimental. I think I even talked to you, I think it was off air last week, about just like hometown, when you go to your hometown. Like if you're someone who moved away, but you have like sentimental attachment, similar to like Kindergarten by Faith No More. This song kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to say touch your heart, but it's definitely like, it's a good song to relate to. This is a single by American singer-songwriter Bruce Springsteen. I should mention that. My Hometown by Bruce Springsteen. This was on his iconic Born in the USA album. This is the closing track. It was originally recorded around the 7th track, but they changed it. It peaked at number 7 on the Cashbox Top 100 and number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 Singles chart. It also topped the U.S. Adult Contemporary chart, making it Springsteen's only number 1 song to chart. Only number 1 song on this chart to date. It's very synthesizer-based, low tempo, that features Springsteen on vocals. It was released on November 21st of 1985 as a single, like I said. There's 2 versions. There's a radio edit and there's an album version. The album version is 4 minutes 33 seconds, while the radio version is only 4 minutes and 10 seconds, which is crazy that it's only that much shorter.
I give her a cheese.
She's like, what? That's cheesy. I don't have a whole lot. It's a nice song, especially now I'm a dad, and it kind of talks about the opening lyric is I was 8 years old, and then later on he kind of just mentions I want to say, yeah, he's got his son on the wheel, and he's 35 now at this point, and he's got a boy of his own, and he's like got his son up on his lap, and he says, son, take a good look. This is your hometown. Like, it just kind of captures the whole experience of life and stuff and just getting older. But it also has a lot of themes of like just shit that was going on. In 65, tension was running high at my high school. There was a lot of fights between the blacks and white. There was nothing you can do. 2 cars at a light on a Saturday night. In the backseat, there was a gun. Words were passed and a shotgun blast. Troubled times had come to my hometown. Yeah, crazy with what...
Whoa.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right.
But no, it is very...
Get the hell out.
Yeah, but it's like... It's deep, and I'm not gonna lie. I want to say I listened to it. It's probably one of my more favorite because when you think
Dude, she's still
Springsteen,
going. Fuck.
yeah, that's like when I give our dogs like a hot flaming Cheeto, they'll lick their nose for like they're like, oh, you're a little spicy, got some kick. Flavor that keeps on giving.
Good girl.
But no, it's good, and it's definitely one of the more emotional Springsteen songs, especially on that album. Because I want to say, "Born in the USA" is on there, which a lot of people use and they don't understand the meaning of it. But there's, I want to say, I can't think of the name of it, but I think "Glory Days" is on that album too, which is very upbeat.
Okay.
Where this one is just kind of sad, and I'm not gonna lie. Last week I listened to it out in the garage, and it gave me some goosebumps, just because it is very. It's around that time period and features that. But that's all I have for that. Overall rating, I would say it kind of comes and goes, but I would say 7, 8. Okay. It's probably one of my favorite. I don't know a lot of Springsteen, probably less than I should. But what do you think about the track "I'm on Fire"?
Okay,
so you're about to be on fire.
I'm on fire, guys. I fucked up. I should have hit up Mike and been like,
it's still solid though.
What was the song? Is it off the same album? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. At least there's that. At least there's some connection. I think what happened is we went out to the balcony and we put that song. One. Yeah.
You didn't play my actual bonus track.
So, whoops. But for the bonus track, "I'm on Fire" by Bruce Springsteen. By Boosie. By Lil Boosie. The music is like really slow, steady, and the simplicity makes it feel very like introspective, personal, and sincere. I like the rhythm of the guitar, the light drumming as the musical through line. It kind of makes me think of "In Your Eyes" by Peter Gabriel. Bruce's vocals are crisp and have a faint echo to them. At night, I wake up with the sheets soaking wet and a freight train running through the middle of my head. Only you can cool my desire. Oh, 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 I'm on fire. I like the synth inclusion in the song, pretty much like throughout the song. And some of its more popular moments, like on the outro that go alongside with Bruce's soulful delivery of oh, 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 oh. I really never gave Springsteen a proper listen, but this song like definitely like sparked some interest along with the little that I do know by him. Even though we don't have the same song, like
look at us
off the same album, I'm like,
look at us. I
like this. All right. I give this like an 8.4, like legit out of 10.
We need to listen to My Hometown next.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say there we go. We'll flip it. We'll flip it. There you go.
Flip it good.
So, anyways, we are well over an hour at this point. What are we at?
Hour 18, bud.
Okay. Well, with that being said, we are going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're going to head out to the balcony, watch Weapons, chill, eat. But thank you for tuning in to WHMS Radio. This has been The Working Hour. Until next time.
Don't work too hard now.